All right, let's talk about something that's on the mind of pretty much every IT pro out there right now, mapping out a smooth, effective migration from VMware over to Hyper-V. We're going to get right into building your strategy. So, if you're running a virtual environment, you've definitely felt the ground shift lately, haven't you? With the new subscription models, those big price increases. Well, for a lot of us, the status quo just isn't an option anymore.
Yep, that Broadcom acquisition was the real catalyst. It changed everything, and it's forcing a ton of organizations to start looking for alternatives. So today, we're not just going to talk about the problem, we're going to build your exit strategy step by step.
So, where are we headed on this journey? Our destination is Microsoft's Hyper-V, and for good reason. It's powerful, it's cost-effective, and it's so deeply integrated into the Windows ecosystem that it's quickly becoming the go-to alternative.
This right here, this lays out our entire journey. It's pretty straightforward. We start with our source, which is VMware, and we move to our destination, Hyper-V. And to get there, we're going to explore 4 key tool sets that will make up our migration roadmap.
Now, when you're thinking about migration, it's not about finding one single magic button that does everything. It's really about having the right toolkit for the job. And we're going to look at 4 very different approaches, each one suited for a different kind of job.
So, what's in our toolkit? Well, our options fall into a few key categories. First, you've got Microsoft's native tools. That's Windows Admin Center and System Center VMM. Then there are backup-based methods using software you probably already have. And finally, you've got these specialized direct conversion tools. Let's break each one down.
First up, we've got the Windows Admin Center, or WAC as you'll hear it called. You should think of this as your lightweight, built-in option. It's a modern, web-based management console from Microsoft, and it's really designed to make life easier, especially for those smaller jobs. So the whole point here, the big takeaway, is simplicity. WAC is native, it's really straightforward, and it needs very little infrastructure to get up and running. If you're managing just a few hosts or maybe a small environment, this is probably where you're going to start.
Okay, now for our second tool, System Center Virtual Machine Manager, or SCVMM. And look, if WAC is like a scalpel, SCVMM is the entire surgical suite. This is Microsoft's heavy-duty, enterprise-grade solution for the really big jobs.
And this really shows you the difference, doesn't it? SCVMM is all about automation at a massive scale. It gives you complete control over your entire data center fabric. We're talking compute, storage, networking, the whole shebang. When you need to move an entire data center, this is the tool that was literally designed for that huge task.
So let's just put it side by side. It really comes down to this. Are you looking for simplified management in a pretty small environment? WAC is your answer. Or do you need enterprise-level control for a full data center migration? Well, that is absolutely a job for SCVMM. It's all about matching the tool to the scale of your operation.
All right, let's switch gears to a completely different approach. I bet a lot of you already have powerful backup and replication tools like Veeam or Commvault. Well, guess what? You can use them for your migration. The idea is really simple. You just back up your VMware virtual machine, and then you restore it directly onto a Hyper-V host.
And this is why that matters so much. This method is absolutely perfect for your critical production workloads. Why? Because it's all built on a foundation of data protection and replication. That means you can pull off migrations with minimal and sometimes even near zero downtime. It's the safest route for your most important systems.
Our final tool is a real community favorite, StarWind V2V Converter. Its claim to fame? It's free, it's fast, and it does one thing exceptionally well. It converts virtual disks, like from VMware's VMDK to Hyper-V's VHDX, directly and super efficiently. So where does this little powerhouse fit in? Well, StarWind is just perfect for small businesses, for test labs, or for any situation where you just need to get a VM from point A to point B fast, without a whole lot of overhead. It's a fantastic utility to have in your back pocket.
Okay, we've met the tools in our toolkit. Now comes the most important part, choosing your path. This is where we bring it all together to help you make the right call for your specific environment.
And here it is, your decision matrix. This is the payoff, right here. Just look at your use case. Are you a small shop? Wake is your go-to. A huge data center? You're going to need SCVMM. Moving a critical production workload and you can't afford downtime? That is a job for your backup tools. Just need a quick and dirty conversion for a lab? Grab StarWind. This table right here is your cheat sheet.
Feeling a little more empowered? Good, that's the goal. Let's translate that knowledge into real action. Here is a simple, straightforward roadmap to get you started on your migration journey.
See, it really just boils down to these 3 steps. First, be honest and assess your scale.
Second, you have to define your tolerance for downtime, and that's a critical business decision, not just a technical one. And third, based on those two answers, you select the right tool from the matrix we just looked at. It's a logical process that will get you to the right solution.
So, we'll end with this. The clock is ticking on that VMware contract, and decisions have to be made. But now, you have a map and a toolkit to navigate the path from VMware to Hyper-V. So the only real question left is the one on the screen. What's your next move?